The history of hemp. Hemp has always been a viable resource. In ancient times, archaeologists have found 9,000 years ago in Turkey a baby wrapped in hemp fabric. The ancient Chinese and the Egyptians used hemp. Christopher Columbus and all sail ships up until 1850 were made out of hemp paper, and their ropes were made out of the strongest fiber in the world, hemp. In the 1700s, the colonies were required by law to grow hemp. In 1776, the Declaration of Independence was written on hemp paper. 1797, the USS Constitution, the flagship of the United States, is outfitted with 60 tons of hemp sails and hemp rope rigging. In the 1790s, our forefathers of this country, George Washington, John Adams, and Thomas Jefferson, grew hemp and told others to do the same. During this time, which the slave trade was abundant, and all slaves wasn't picking cotton. Actually, the most labor-intensive crop is hemp. And if you look at migration patterns of the slave trade, and especially in the United States, you would see that those pockets were in heavy hemp-producing areas. Kentucky, Virginia, Tennessee. In 1840, hemp oil was used to light Abraham Lincoln's lanterns in his home. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, chief botanist Lester Dewey grew hemp for the Department of Agriculture at the Arlington Farms, which is now the Pentagon. 5 strands of hemp were grown there, and there's documentation to prove it. He also wrote a USA article, number 404, which states that hemp produces 4 times the amount of paper per acre than trees. Fast forward 1938, Popular Science article, The New Billion-Dollar Crop, champions 25,000 uses of hemp. During that time, a guy named William Randolph Hearst, paper mogul of the West Coast, started printing articles in his San Francisco Chronicle, which stirred reefer madness. At the same time, Eli Lilly, pharmaceutical mogul, championed reefer as not being a medicine. Both of them, with a couple of other moguls, go to the United States Congress, and the Marijuana Tax Act is introduced, scheduling hemp and cannabis as a Scheduled I narcotic with no medical value. We know that to be false. They knew it to be false. And Henry Ford knew it to be false too, because in 1941, he developed a car that was made out of hemp. And the country knew it was false, because Victory for Hemp was formed for the war effort, and 150,000 acres of hemp were grown during that time period. However, through the laws and the invention of synthetic fibers, the hemp industry was basically shut out of being any industry, and it was illegal to grow. Now we're going to fast forward 1998. The U.S. begins to import food-grade hemp seed and oil. We're waking up. 2004, The Ninth Circuit Court decision, Hemp Industries Association versus the DA, permanently protects the sale of hemp food and body care products in the United States. 2007, the first hemp license in 50 years is granted to farmers in North Dakota. 2012-2013, Ryan Loughlin out of Colorado makes headlines as the first hemp farmer in decades to produce hemp in Colorado. 2014, Obama signs the federal farm bill with Hemp Amendment Section 7606, allowing states with hemp legislation and laws to grow. At the time, 11 states existed with laws already. 6 new states passed laws immediately. 17 states by way of which were protected. 26 states now, and that number is rising. Kentucky, Vermont, Colorado, North Carolina, they're growing, or they're implementing grows to grow hemp. Hemp itself, the word, is Arabic for cannabis. Grow hemp, y'all. Grow it now. If you're not growing, you should be growing. If you have farms, you need to grow. Get hip. Hemp is now. Hemp is the future. It's our sustainable future. Y'all be safe. Be blessed.